When we think about a player having a breakout year, we always think about young players between the age of 22 to 25. For example, players like Trey Murphy, Devin Vassell, Tyrese Halliburton, Lauri Markkanen. But seeing a player like Mikal Bridges, who's actually 27 years old, playing how he's been playing ever since he got traded to the Nets, is not what we are accustomed to seeing. Yes, it has happened on special occasions like Kyle Lowry, who by the time was 27 had his first breakout year with the Raptors. After that, of course, we all know that he went on to have multiple All-Star appearances and won a championship, which to me is looking a lot like Mikal Bridges. And in this video, we're going to talk about why he's been able to play so well with the Brooklyn Nets and as to why I believe he'll actually be an All-Star next season. So let's get right into it. Bridges had always showed the impact of a star over the last few years, especially last season as he made the All-Defensive team. His mix of length, tenacity, and footwork allows him to guard any position on the floor. Dude can guard the point guard, can guard the wings, and can guard the center. Of course, against the center, he cannot hold his own every time, but trust me, he can bother them. However, on offense, he didn't show that he was the player that he's showing right now with the Nets, because during his time with the Suns, he just showed that he was an athletic, high-flying slasher who had developed excellent shooting range by time, but he was never seen as a player that can create his own shot. Of course, part of it has to be because he played with two great ball dominant players, Chris Paul and Devin Booker. So most of his offense was coming off the ball because of course he's playing with two great ball dominant players. So Bridges putting the ball on the floor and creating his own shot was never seen or thought about. That is why when we look at his stats from his time with the Suns, we can see that he only attempted about between 9 and 14 field goals per game, and he averaged around 13 and 17 points per game over the last 3 years. Yes, he showed improvement, but it was still not enough to say this dude is a legit offensive threat on the offensive end. But bro, as it turns out, he's more than capable of being one, as he can get to the line, he can attack the rim, he's a very good shooter, and is now showing that he can create his own shot. You can just see him, one dribble pull up, crossover pull up, and he's making a nice living in the mid-range, you know what I mean? And that is why seeing his numbers doesn't surprise me anymore. Yes, at the beginning I thought it was kind of a fluke, but we have to admit, it's actually not. I want to show you guys something real quick. In the 56 games he played for the Suns, he made 354 field goals. 102 field goals were actually unassisted, which is about 29% of his made shots. Now with the Nets, he has played already a total of 26 games, and he has made 247 field goals, 108 which are actually unassisted. So that means with the Nets, he's already making 43% of his shots unassisted. This is actually just more proof that he's more than capable of creating his own shot and actually making them. You know, just seeing Mikal Bridges playing so well and dominating some games, you know, with the Nets now, it's just more proof that the Suns maybe should have just invested a little bit more in him. Let him, you know, create his own shot every now and then. Because the Suns is, of course, I understand, and they have Devin Booker and they have Chris Paul. And if I'm the Suns, I would do anything to keep Kevin Durant. So Mikal Bridges being traded for KD is a great move, don't get me wrong. But in like 2 to 3 years, Mikal Bridges could actually turn out to be a player that could be like Jimmy Butler, like a two-way wing that can defend the best players, that can get you 30 points any given night. Of course, that's only potential. But then when I look at the Suns, I understand them 100%, like I already said. Their window is now. Chris Paul only has like maybe 1 year, 2 more years where he could be a very that player that can contribute on their team. At one point, he cannot be contributing much, you know what I mean? Because he's like 38 now, probably. This dude is old, you know, and when you're old as an NBA player, you're not that fast no more. You do not have that much stamina, and then you're going to get hurt a lot more. We see that with LeBron James, for example. So it's like, it's a great move by the Suns. I give them all the credit. They should have done that move. But seeing how Mikal Bridges is playing, they might regret it a little bit. Maybe not, who knows? But I believe that Mikal Bridges will be an All-Star in the future, and he can turn out to be a player like Jimmy Butler, a two-way wing superstar that can dominate on both ends. I really believe he can do that. But let me know what you think about Mikal Bridges. Do you believe he can be an all-star next season or not? Like the video if you enjoy content like this, of course. And hopefully we'll see each other in the next video.